You remember the law enforcement response to Black Lives Matter, Antifa burning, looting, and murdering all summer long, right? That pathetic response. They were held back in virtually every city. Mayors told them to basically be hands off. There were times where they really just took over and the cops just stood by. Well, here's what we're getting from House Homeland Security Chair Benny Thompson. This is about the Capitol rioters. Quote, given the heinous domestic terrorist attack on the U.S. Capitol yesterday, I am urging the Transportation Security Administration and the Federal Bureau of Investigation to use their authorities to add the names of all identified individuals in the attack to the federal no-fly list and keep them off planes. This should include all individuals identified as having entered the Capitol building, an intrusion which threatened the safety of members of Congress and staff and served as an attack on our nation. We're going to ban people from flying? And look, I'll tell you something. I don't like domestic terrorism. Why are these people domestic terrorists? And the Black Lives Matter Antifa people who took over police precincts, they're not even in jail today. This is what I'm talking about. This view, this feeling that's spreading through society of injustice. It's getting worse, and it's getting worse, and it's getting worse, and everything the system is doing is making that feeling worse. Everything they're doing is pouring gasoline on the fire. And it's more than that. Senator Josh Hawley had a book coming out. Simon & Schuster was going to be the publisher of it. I'm sure you've heard of Simon & Schuster. They're huge. Here's what they had to say. After witnessing the disturbing, deadly insurrection that took place on Wednesday in Washington, D.C., Simon & Schuster has decided to cancel publication of Senator Josh Hawley's forthcoming book, The Tyranny of Big Tech. We did not come to this decision lightly. As a publisher, it will always be our mission to amplify a variety of voices and viewpoints. At the same time, we take seriously our large public responsibility as citizens and cannot support Senator Hawley after his role in what became a dangerous threat to our democracy and freedom. You see, they support a variety of voices and viewpoints, just not yours. Josh Hawley had this to say, "This could not be more Orwellian. Simon & Schuster is canceling my contract because I was representing my constituents, leading to a debate on the Senate floor on voter integrity, which they had now decided to redefine as sedition. Let me be clear, this is not just a contract dispute. This is a direct assault on the First Amendment. Only approved speech can now be published. This is the left looking to cancel everyone they don't approve of. I will fight this cancel culture with everything I have. We'll see you in court." Now, what should you take from all that? I'm not asking you to individually care about Donald Trump's Twitter account. Half of you probably hate Donald Trump's Twitter account. I'm not asking you to care about Josh Hawley's book. I'm really not asking you to care about TSA putting those people in the Capitol building on the no-fly list. This is a message for the politicians and pundits on the right. The people in this society, the people on the right, they're scared. They feel completely surrounded. They feel like the left has them on all sides and the left is closing in. What was Donald Trump to the right? You remember what a phenom he was. He came just out of the blue. The guy comes down the escalator. I mean, I was a huge Ted Cruz guy. I hated Trump in the primary. But you remember what it was. Trump comes down with his blowhard style and blows everybody out. Remember, it was never even a contest. Trump jumps into this huge primary and he's just slaughtering everybody. And nobody on the right could figure out why. They couldn't figure out why. And then the whiny babies on the right who hated Trump for 4 years in D.C. still spent 4 years not being able to figure out why. And now that he's about out of office, you can see all of them saying, "Oh, thank goodness he's gone. That's over. Trump's gone. Trumpism's over. We got to end all this thing." You know what Trumpism really was? It wasn't about the cool gold-plated apartment. It wasn't about immigration. It wasn't about a better foreign policy. It wasn't about trade. It wasn't about taxes. It wasn't about regulation. It wasn't about any of those things. Those things mattered. People liked those things, but it wasn't about that. Any one of those candidates could have given you that. What Trumpism really was that's the guy who will protect me. That's the guy who will protect me from the left. You thought people were looking for that in 2014-15 during that primary? What do you think they're going to be looking for as Joe Biden in a Democrat Senate and a Democrat House spends the next 4 years tearing through this culture like a hot knife through butter? Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.